This is Black Views, bringing you the Black news. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, brothers and sisters. Today, I have another video that I'm going to have a reaction to. Basically, as I showed the video, I will be giving commentation, basically, to what we're talking about. Today, we'll be talking about, once again, white supremacy and how it reigns in our police stations and all our municipal places of employment. This is an older video here, and I wanted to share this with my followers. Okay, stand by and get ready for the video.
Involving his chief that later made national headlines. This happened in June. Surveillance video captured the chief of the Sheffield Lake Police Department putting a paper with the words Ku Klux Klan on Officer Keith Poole's raincoat.
All right, so I want you to think about what he's doing. He has the audacity, okay? He's not thinking about any kind of litigation, any kind of harassment suit, what HR would think about this. This is how he sees this black person as so stupid to belittle him as to put a KKK sign on the back of his jacket. And this is a new police officer, okay? And this was his first day at work.
Now, Poole says this was only the beginning. Our lead national correspondent, David Bagno, traveled to Cleveland to sit down with Poole and has the story. Good morning to you, David.
Good morning to all of you. This officer was just 9 months into his job when this happened to him. Now, this was a police department that was formed 59 years ago, but they only hired their first black police officer in 2020, and it was Officer Keith Poole. He says the discrimination he faced at that department was part of a pattern that only became public when this was caught on camera.
This surveillance video captured inside the Sheffield Lake, Ohio Police Department caught the then police chief Anthony Campo Sr. placing a paper on the raincoat of the only black police officer in his department.
The only black police officer. This goes to show you how white supremacists are cowards and they look to dominate in the numbers.
On it, the words Ku Klux Klan. 30 seconds later, that officer, Keith Poole, walked into the room.
People thought I was laughing about it. I wasn't laughing. I was distraught. Like,
okay, he said he wasn't laughing, but guess what? He didn't let them feel or let them see that he didn't appreciate that. You know, he didn't, you know, stand his ground, so to say, as, you know, an average person would say, what the hell is this? Who put this shit on my desk? You see what I'm saying? You know, his response is, honestly to say, is like a coon's response, you know, like he didn't expect for these people to be racist and him being the only black and the first black police officers that have been hired in 30 years.
What do I do with this man? He's sitting right there smiling.
Really?
He's like smiling. And are you serious? And then he tells everybody.
Look, see how he's still smiling? He's still giving that coon grin. He's not letting them know that, hey, this is not cool at all. You know, he kind of like, yeah.
Somebody else to come look and see what he did.
Look.
What's going through your head?
It was so demeaning and destructive to me. I didn't know what else to do.
He didn't know what to do. You know why? Because he's one of these people that believe that racism does not exist. He's one of these guys that go out there, he puts 100%, which is okay and that's cool, but he puts 100% in believing that the better he does his job, the more time he puts into it, that the white supremacists are going to like you. And what he doesn't understand is that they don't care. They see you as a misfit. Let's keep it moving.
If that wasn't enough, he sat there and he took a newspaper and shaped it into a hat of a cone and sat it there around his head like this.
Okay, so that's showing you right there that, hey, this guy is basically letting you know what his affiliation is. He's basically letting you know what he is down with. He's down with the Ku Klux Klan. I mean, think about it. This man went ahead, first day at work, put Ku Klux Klan on his jacket. And what person of sound mind would do that? But they've been working for so long without a black person, they don't feel they got to change a damn thing. This is the entitlement of white supremacy.
And said, you need to wear one of these on your next call.
Like a Klansman?
Yes, a Klan's hat.
4 days after the incident, The police union requested a copy of the video captured on that city camera, and that put the city on notice. Mayor Dennis Bring confronted Chief Campo.
The chief was standing in his office and he made a joke. Am I going to get...
Hey, don't be fooled, boys and girls. Anthony Campo, okay? That's not even that's not a white name, Campo. They're saying Campo. His last name is Campo, which goes to show you that we have Hispanics, okay, who come here and they assimilate as white people. His last name is Campo, okay, not Campo. All right, it's Campo. All right, let's roll. And he's talking about Klan and white supremacy and all that because he grew up in that. He probably have a little bit of, maybe a mother or his father's white, so, he cherishes that and ever wished that he didn't have a Hispanic last name.
Made a joke. Am I going to get fired over this? And I looked at the law director and I said, hand him his paper. And he said, after 30 years, this is what I get. And I said, you have 10 minutes to get out of your office.
Now, the chief was not fired. He reportedly said he was able to retire.
So, after discrimination of a law enforcement officer, he still gets to retire. He walking around with his hands in his pockets and shit, thinking about more degrading things that he could do to this black police officer. And look at the guy in the office. He's like, oh no, hell no. But he's still laughing about it. You see what I'm saying? He and the chief think that shit funny. He should have just pepper sprayed his ass.
After 32 years at the department and 8 of those years as chief.
Are you Mr. Campo?
That doesn't matter.
We wanted to ask the former chief why, but we were asked to leave his property by a man who looked a lot like him.
Just want to help people. Just want to do my job.
See, that's that coon mentality. He not calling him out really. He's looking for sympathy from other white people. He just want to do his job. He just wants to do his job. See, he doesn't want to be bothered with this. He just wants to be accepted, and he just wants to do his job. See, this, unfortunately, I'm sorry, this is a coon ass Negro. He's not calling them out. He's not saying, hey, this is white supremacy. This is how they've been doing black people for, 100 or 200 years, blah, 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 blah. I just want to do my job. He might as well say, can't we all just get along? Look, see? Tears.
We always got to prove ourselves in this job. Being black, being a woman.
Being black and he didn't even say being a black man. He's so trained and bug broken. He didn't say being a black man. He said being black and being a woman. What do you see the bug breaking of black men in America? This man has been bug broken. All he wanted to do, he wanted to carry a badge, so people see him in a good light, carry a gun for protection, and just do his job. Let's go.
They all got to prove themselves. It ain't fair.
Keith Poole has achieved distinction as an officer, serving 30 years in law enforcement, 8 of those years as a school resource officer.
To have this man poke at that, and these kids see that, and they said, well, what's going on with Officer Poole? Why is he doing that to him?
It just sounds crazy that the kids, there was no kids there. I don't know how the kids would see that, but keep it moving.
That's only one man that tried to do damage, but he will not be able to damage me.
Now he's talking about it's just one man. Listen, I'm a firm believer that there are some good, really good white people out there. There's 1% of the dominant social here that's good. The other 99% are against you, brother. Do not get it twisted. Talking about it's one man. It's the other officers too. They didn't say anything. They were complicit. There was no other officer that reported this situation. Okay, nobody said anything on site. Hey man, Listen, the reason why most white people of the dominant society get lumped into this is because they stand by and watch it and say absolutely nothing. Okay, so these people that say they aren't racist and they don't stand for that, that's bullshit if you don't say anything when it happens. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it moving.
Poole and his attorney, Ashley Case Sledfold, alleged that there was a pattern of discrimination orchestrated by the former chief. Poole says when he asked the chief for a new patrol car, the chief sent him this picture of what he could get.
I don't fucking believe it. This is blatant racism right here. And as you can see in the eyes of the chief, he felt like this the car you need to get. Cause that's all you niggas get anyway. All you're gonna do is mess the car up and put some shit on it. Like that's the mentality of white people when they see black people. Okay? You know, things like this, tinting the windows and customizing cars. You know, black people were doing this a long time ago. Okay, as an art form. Okay, in the 80s and the 90s, I mean, black people did different things to modify their vehicle because some of them couldn't afford new vehicles. So for this Chief Campo to believe a Hispanic, think about it, Hispanics who basically use hydraulics and you know what I'm saying, and tripping on three wheels, you know, or whatever. He's putting out here that this is what he could get. So it shows you that a lot of these, you know, Hispanics that come here, they assimilate to become white people. That's what they want to be. That's what they wanted to come to America to be. A white man or a white woman. Keep it moving.
The chief also allegedly posted this picture of Poole with the headline, Raccoon Reaper. And Poole claims the chief publicly posted this picture of a hot sauce bottle. On it, the face of the department's only Latino officer. Despite all of that, Officer Poole chooses to still work at that department. Why would you want to stay?
Now I want you to, it's very important, okay, that you hear what he says. Okay, the answer to this question, why would you want to still be there? I want you to focus on what a coon would say. And this is what he would say.
Stay at that department.
The department is not Tony Campbell. The department is what we make it.
Remember, is what we make it. All the other guys that have been there, working there for 20, 30 years, that have not seen a black person, who were also complicit, didn't complain, didn't stand up for their fellow officer. Okay? Didn't stand up for their fellow officer, didn't do any of that. And so, that was his answer.
He was just part of the department. Now that he's gone, now it's going to be our department.
And things have gotten better.
Things have gotten a lot better.
Things have gotten better because people don't want to lose their checks. This is where I'm going to stop this video at. Things have gotten better because people don't want to lose their paychecks. Okay, so in closing, we learned a lot in this video right here. Okay? It goes to show you in these little towns out here in America where the whole police department is white, and this one black guy who comes there, and look how comfortable they were to belittle him in that way. And at the same time, we got to see a buck broken brother, and his responses and his reactions, crying. You know, yeah, you angry, I understand that, but take the emotions out, black man. Just like you said, other kids are looking. And think about how sick it is. Well, they're going to see that. And I know what he meant by the kids. They're going to see this report. And they're going to say, oh, why did the chief do that to him? Really? So he's going to cry for the kids. Instead of being strong for the kids and being a proper role model by pointing out what's going on so that the kids can understand and articulating himself as a man. No, he cried up the shit. They had nerve to say, well, if the kids see me crying, they're going to say, well, why did the chief do that to Officer Buck Broken? So, in closing, I just want to say white supremacy is in every municipality, every teacher, schools, everything, okay? and these people need to be rooted out. But at the same time, you black people need to know what it looked like when you see it. And hopefully today I brought you some content that will allow you to see it and understand it a little bit better. Okay, once again, this is Black Views bringing you the black news. Please subscribe, please like, and also share. I'll be seeing you next time. Well, I'll be doing a video next time, rather. Have a good day.